Level 1, the Shadeko. You are 17 years old, and you have nowhere to go. You are Zainichi, ethnic Korean, born in Osaka, third generation. Your grandfather came over during the war to work the mines. Your father drinks. Your mother left when you were 9. The school counselor at your vocational program looks at your family registration, and his face closes like a door shutting. We'll be in touch. He never is. A factory in Sakai rejected your application. A convenience store chain did too. A single line on a form, the name of your grandfather's birth region, and the door shuts before you've said a word. On the street you meet Ryuji. He is 24. He wears a tailored suit in August heat and doesn't sweat. He asks you if you want to eat. You're hungry. You say yes. He takes you to a restaurant. You have ramen that costs more than your father spends on food in a week. Ryuji doesn't ask for anything. He just talks. He tells you about his family, how they took him in when no one else would, how they look after their own. He says the words like they cost him nothing. 3 days later, you're standing outside a small office building in Namba. Inside, men come in with envelopes. Men leave with receipts. Your job is to stand by the door and watch the street. If police approach, you walk inside and say one word. "Oh, Kyaku-san, a customer." That is the whole job. You are not paid, not yet. You are a Shadeko, a probationer, an apprentice. You are being tested, not your strength, not your intelligence. Your silence, whether you panic, whether you talk, whether you are the kind of person who stays. You stand outside in the rain for 4 hours one Tuesday because no one told you to go home. You don't complain, you don't leave, you wait. That Tuesday is the most important day of your life, and you don't know it yet. Level 2, the Shade, you are 19. They pour you a cup of sake from the boss's cup, and your whole life changes in a single swallow. The ceremony is in a tatami room above a restaurant in Namba. 8 men in suits. 2 cups on the table, one for you, one for Yamamoto-san, the Wakagashira of this kaban. His cup is fuller. That matters. You receive more than you give. You are the child, he is the parent. You drink, they applaud. You are now Shade, a little brother, a full member of the Kumi. Afterward, you go to the tattoo artist. His studio is in a basement with no sign on the door. He starts on your left shoulder, a koi fish ascending a waterfall, traditional irezumi, rendered in color that will take 3 sessions. The needle bites for 6 hours, you don't make a sound. The pain is part of it. The tattoo is not decoration, it is a biography. It is a commitment your skin makes that cannot be taken back. You understand what the tattoo means now. You can never go to a public onsen. You can never go to a public gym. You can never swim at a municipal pool. Every place that requires you to undress becomes a closed door. There is no removing it. There is no explaining it away. The moment you took the ink, you traded an entire category of ordinary life for this one. Your job is to run the gambling operation, a back room above a hostess bar in Shinseibashi. Hanafuda cards, sometimes dice. Men come in and lose money. Your job is to collect it, settle disputes, and keep the atmosphere calm. If someone refuses to pay, you don't threaten. You look at them for a long time. Then you say their name and their address back to them. That is usually enough. You are making yen 200,000 a month, more than your father has ever made. You send half to a savings account under a friend's name, the rest you keep. You buy good clothes, a real watch. You eat at restaurants without looking at prices. Your mother would hate this. Your mother isn't here. You are building something. You can feel it. Level 3, the Wakashu. You are 23. The tattoo now covers your entire back, a dragon rising from ocean waves, still unfinished at the tail. And your left hand now has 9 fingers. 4 months ago, you made a mistake. A debt collector you supervised let a client leave without paying. The client had a connection to another family. Your Wakagashira had to bow to another boss's representative in a meeting that cost 2 hours and a significant amount of face. Face costs money. Money in this world costs blood. You sit across from Yamamoto-san in his office. He explains the situation without raising his voice. No yelling, no threats. Quiet is worse than yelling. He places a tanto knife and a folded cloth on the table between you. You know what is required. You have known since the sake ceremony that this moment existed somewhere in your future. The yubitsume, the finger shortening, you wrap your left pinky in the cloth, you press it flat on the table, you make the cut before you can think about it too long. It takes 2 attempts. The pain is enormous and clean and final. Yamamoto-san nods once. The severed joint goes into a small wooden box. It will be delivered to the boss as proof of sincerity. You bow deeply. He bows slightly in return. It is over. From this day forward, everyone who sees your left hand knows exactly what you are. Onsen workers, police, other Yakuza, business owners. The stump of your left pinky is the most honest thing about you. It is a record of your loyalty and the price of your mistakes visible to anyone who looks. Your job now is collection. You have 5 men reporting to you. You move through the entertainment district, restaurants, hostess bars, construction subcontractors. Most pay the moment they see you. They know the Yamaguchi crest on your business card. They know what the missing finger means. A nightclub owner in Shinseibashi refuses 3 weeks running. On a Friday night, you and 2 men sit at his bar from opening to last call. You order water. You never touch anyone. You never raise your voice. You just sit for 5 hours while his customers watch you and decide they'd rather drink elsewhere. He calls your boss by Sunday. He pays double. The National Police Agency has your name now. You are listed as a confirmed Boryokuden member, organized crime associate. That designation follows you everywhere. You cannot open a bank account in your name. You cannot sign a lease. You cannot get a phone plan. The government is building walls around you, invisible and legal. They do not need to arrest you to contain you. They are simply removing every ordinary transaction of adult life one by one. You don't care yet, you have the Kyumi. The Kyumi is everything. Level 4, the Shadegashira. You are 29, you are the boss of brothers now. Brothers are expensive. 12 Kaban report to you through 2 senior soldiers. You are the buffer between the street and the Wakagashira above. When your men earn, you take your cut and send the bulk up the chain. When your men are arrested, you pay for the lawyers. When your men make enemies, those enemies become your problem. You are the parent now. Parents pay. You run a construction company. On paper, 30 employees. In practice, the company wins contracts through competitive pricing and the quiet understanding that selecting a competitor carries costs that don't appear in any budget. City subcontracts, demolition, waste removal, renovation work in the entertainment district. The money that flows through is real and legally documented. The city officials who route contracts your way receive envelopes twice a year, delivered by hand, inside a car with the window down just enough. No one says anything. Everyone understands. You're making yen 1,500,000 a month. You have an apartment registered under the construction company's name. You have a car. You have a woman who understands what you are and loves you anyway. Your mother, your biological mother, called last year. Someone told her you were doing well. You spoke for 22 minutes. She asked what you did for work. Construction management, you said. She asked if you were happy. You said yes. It wasn't entirely a lie. But the 2011 Organized Crime Exclusion Ordinances have changed the landscape. Banks are required to close accounts linked to Boryokuden members. Business associations expel companies with known Yakuza ties. Insurance companies refuse to cover them. The NPA is dismantling the financial infrastructure of the Kyumi through administrative regulation. No raids, no arrests, just forms and policies and closed doors. 2 of your youngest men were arrested last month on minor charges. The legal costs come out of your share. That's the agreement. That's the job. You cover it without complaining. You are the parent. Parents don't complain about what children cost them. Late one night, sitting with your Wakagashira over whiskey, he tells you the syndicate is watching you. 12 years in, not one arrest, not one instance of cooperation with police, not one embarrassment to the family. He refills your glass and says nothing more. But you understand. You pour him more whiskey. You don't let your face show anything. Level 5, the Kumichu of Akaban. You are 36. You are a boss now. The walls of your cage are becoming visible. 40 members report to you through 3 Shadegashira. You manage entertainment businesses, karaoke bars, hostess clubs, a small hotel in the Dotonbori district. On paper, a registered entertainment company with clean accounts. In practice, the hostess clubs are washing machines for dirty money. Cash from gambling operations and protection payments flows in as customer revenue. It flows out as documented payroll and business expenses, clean on every form that matters. You also manage real estate. The anti-Boryokuden ordinances have driven certain property prices down in neighborhoods where your presence is known. Legitimate buyers walk away. You move through intermediaries, clean names, dummy companies, distant relatives with no criminal record. You buy distressed properties. You develop them. You sell them clean. The profit margin is criminal without a single law being provably broken. You are making $5 million a month. You have a house in a suburb near Kobe registered to your company. Your daughter attends private school. Your wife knows almost nothing, and you have maintained that separation for years with the discipline of a covert operation. She thinks you work in real estate investment. She has never asked a direct question. You have never answered one directly. It has worked because both of you needed it to. But you cannot go to a hospital without two plainclothes NPA officers appearing in the waiting room within 20 minutes. You cannot attend your daughter's school events without creating a scene. Other parents recognize you, or they recognize the car, or they recognize the men who walk behind you. The PTA sent a request through the school administration, politely worded, requesting that you not attend parent events where children might be present. You read the letter twice and threw it away. You did not go to her spring recital. The Yamaguchi-gumi once had 23,000 members at its peak. The number drops every year. The laws are working. Young men who would have joined a decade ago now won't, not because of morality, but because the financial infrastructure that made the life worth entering has been systematically removed. No bank accounts, no leases, no phone contracts, no health insurance, no ordinary life available as a reward for the risk. Late at night, when the house is quiet, you allow yourself to think about whether there is a way out. The thought lasts exactly as long as it takes you to remember what happens to men who try to leave without permission. You stop thinking about it. Men at your level don't walk away. They retire in prison or in boxes. Level 6, the Wakagashira. You are 44. You are the second most powerful man in an organization the government of Japan is working, methodically and without urgency, to erase. The Yamaguchi-gumi fractured in 2015. A splinter group, calling itself the Kobe Yamaguchi-gumi, broke away under dissident leadership. 3,000 members, decades of shared history suddenly converted into territorial hostility. Violence in Kobe, shootings in Nagoya, confrontations in Osaka that made the national news for the wrong reasons. +1, the NPA responded with the largest coordinated anti-organized crime operation Japan had conducted in 20 years. Hundreds of arrests, politicians cutting ties, corporate partners canceling contracts. You managed the response. You flew to meetings in private cars with curtained windows. You sat across from men who had been brothers for 30 years and were now pointing weapons at each other's distribution territories. You mediated. You drew lines on paper maps. You explained calmly, that war is bad for revenue, and revenue is the only reason any of this exists. The boss trusts you completely. You are his voice in rooms he cannot enter. You are his hands in operations he cannot touch. You know every financial structure. You know where every piece of evidence is buried and where every body is buried. And sometimes those are the same location. You trust two people, your driver who has been with you for 11 years and your lawyer who has been with you for 14. Between your driver and your lawyer, the NPA has learned things they should not know. You have spent 6 months reviewing every disclosure, every leak, every detail. The pattern is there if you look at it long enough. One of them is talking. You don't know which one yet. You sleep 4 hours a night. You change sleeping locations twice a week. You have not used the same phone for longer than 2 weeks in 3 years. The boss is getting older. He is asking you to prepare for what comes after him. You understand what that means. You have watched what that role costs every man who has held it. You are not ready. You are not sure any person ever is. Level 7, the Kumichu. You are 52. You are the supreme boss of the Yamaguchi-gumi. Your face is in every NPA file in Japan. You are also, in any practical sense, a ghost. The ceremony is private, 8 witnesses. A ritual that has not changed in 80 years. The cup passes. The title passes. The weight of it descends immediately and does not lift. You are now responsible for tens of thousands of members, hundreds of subfamilies, and an organization that generates billions of yen annually. You run the organization from a compound in Kobe. You have not used a telephone in 4 years. Communication moves through 3 layers of intermediaries. Your words become instructions that become policy that arrives at its destination without a single provable connection to you. This is the architecture of deniability built over decades. No direct line, no documentation, no chain of command visible enough to prosecute. Your photograph has not been taken in 11 years. You have had 2 cosmetic procedures. There are men within the organization who have never seen your face in person. This is also by design. Kazuo Tauka survived assassinations. He survived 40 years of government opposition. He died of heart failure. Shinobu Tsukasa ran operations from inside a prison cell. They all continued until they stopped. The stopping was never their choice. You understand this now in a way that cannot be argued with. The Kumichu does not resign. There is no ceremony for departure. There is arrest. There is assassination from a rival faction. There is illness that ends you slowly. There is a prison cell where you will continue to run what you can. Your daughter is 22. She lives in Canada. She changed her family name after she turned 18, her mother's maiden name, her mother's idea, and a good one. You had someone check on her 2 years ago through a channel that left no record. She seems happy. She doesn't know you checked. She doesn't know much about you at all. You made sure of that when she was very young, before she could form the kind of memories that would make her ask questions. You tell yourself you did that to protect her. You sit with the weight of that. Level 8 is the end. The NPA built the case for 6 years. Wire intercepts threaded through your intermediaries over patient months. The informant was your driver. 11 years, he gave them enough. They come on a Tuesday morning in March, 40 officers in 3 unmarked vans. You are in your robe when they knock. You open the door before they can force it. Resistance is theater. Theater draws blood. You are dressed and handcuffed and in the back of a van before the compound's outer security understands what is happening. The cameras film you walking to the van in a dark suit. You look at nothing in particular. You give them nothing to use. Your lawyer meets you at the detention facility within 3 hours. Your Wakagashira assumes operational control before the evening news cycle ends. The hierarchy absorbs the vacancy without visible disruption. This is the design. The machine does not require any single man. The machine never did. Your trial will take years. You will sit in a courtroom for months watching every decision of your adult life translated into numbered exhibits. You will be convicted. The sentence will be long. You think about Ryuji, the man who bought you ramen when you were 17 and hungry and had nowhere to go. You wept in public for the only time in your adult life, and no one in your organization ever mentioned it, which was the final proof of their loyalty to you. You think about the Sake cup, the tattoo that still covers your back, faded now at the edges but unmistakable. The daughter in Canada who changed her name and who seems happy in a way that is only possible because she does not know you. You think about your grandfather, the man who came to Japan from Korea during the war, who built a life in a country that did not want him and raised children in it anyway. Hopping something easier was waiting further along. You sit in your cell. Outside, Kobe continues. The Yamaguchi Gumi continues. It has survived every boss, every arrest, every law, every war, every split, and every NPA commissioner who promised to destroy it. It will survive you too. You were not the organization. You were the person who held it for a while. There is always another 17-year-old with nowhere to go. And somewhere in Namba tonight, a man in a tailored suit is asking one of them if they want to eat.